What's up, everybody? Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day one of our revisiting this whole concept of forgotten favorites. This is something we've done a lot over the years on the channel. Once 2 years ago, maybe a little longer than 2 years ago, I dedicated a whole month to just talking about this whole concept of forgotten favorites. Every day, a different album from the vaults, either something that's just really obscure from, whatever decade, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, right? Or something really, really underrated that most folks have forgotten about, right? So, and it could be hard rock, metal, prog, classic rock, jazz, fusion, whatever it might be. But an album that I really like a lot that maybe most people don't know about, certainly the masses don't know about, right? Some of you may know some of these, but as a way for you guys to kind of maybe latch onto something new to you, could be old, right? In most cases, it's going to be old, but new to you that you've never heard before. So today for day number one, because it's May 1st, we're going to do this each and every day this month in May. I'm going to take a look at an album that was recorded in 1973. There's a lot of history with this band because they were discovered by a pretty notable guy. But it didn't get its official release till many years later in 1999. And this band is a British band. This was recorded at Morgan Studios in London, England, originally set up through Vertigo Records and produced by Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath. The band is Necromandus, Orexis of Death. So this is the Rise Above Relics reissue, which came out years later. And this includes not only the whole original album, but a full live album recorded in 1973 at the Casino, right, in Blackpool, I think it is, something like that. So you get all sorts of bonus stuff on here, in addition to the original album. So who is in the band, you might be asking? So this band was comprised of Bill Branch on vocals, a guy named Barry Dunnery on guitars, Dennis McCartan on bass, and Frank Hall on drums. So you would think that, discovered, produced by Tony Iommi, who also plays a little bit of lead guitar on the title track, that it would be a Black Sabbath sounding band. It's really not, though. Yeah, it's kind of occulty sounding, hard rock, heavy rock, but it's not nearly as heavy as Black Sabbath. I don't really even know what you'd compare them to, because they don't really sound like anybody else. They've got like a hard-hitting style, and it's, kind of downbeat music, but it's not big, massive, distorted riffs or anything like that. It's a little bit more straight hard rock and roll type stuff, but still really, really good. The guitar work is excellent by Barry Dunnery, and I really like the vocals as well. You've got 8 tracks on here, although really there's kind of 7 because you got the Mojdissimo little intro, and then the outro is Mojdissimo, so it's intro and then reprise. But then you've got Nightjar, A Black Solitude, Homicidal Psychopath, which is a terrific song. That's one of the heavier tracks on here. Stillborn Beauty, Gypsy Dancer also rocks, and Orexis of Death, the title track, also rocks quite a bit. It's a really good album, though. It's not as heavy as like the album cover and all and the name of the band, but it's still pretty cool stuff. But I do want to show you kind of some photographs of the band so you can kind of see what they look like, because they totally look the part. So here they are right here. All right. And the interesting little bit of trivia here. So there is a picture of a couple of the guys. So here they are again. So they look the part, right? They look like a Sabbath-style band, right? Like a lot of those bands from the early 70s, heavy rock bands from the early 70s. Here is some photographs from 1976 with Frank Hall, okay, who was the drummer, and Barry Dunnery, the guitar player, hanging out with a guy named Ozzy Osbourne. Kind of cool. So this is a few years after this album was recorded. And so according to the cool booklet here, it says, Frank Hall, Ozzy Osbourne, and Baz Dunnery, the original Blizzard of Oz, form a soul train whilst taking a break from rehearsals in Ozzy's back garden summer 1976. So that very first time where Ozzy broke from Sabbath, so this is pre Never Say Die, he was already looking to put together a Blizzard of Oz band, and he actually had a couple of guys from Necromandus, right, that was going to be in his band. Very interesting, a little bit of trivia there. But yeah, it's cool stuff. Like I said, it's just a good hard rock album. I don't know. I listened to this again this morning because I hadn't heard it in a while. They don't really remind me of anybody else. They've got a pretty unique sound. Not overly big distorted guitars, but rocking guitars. Great lead guitar. I like the vocals. Just did a really good album. It's a shame that this was all they ever did, right? Well, I think they reunited years later. Did they release something? They might have released something else many, many, many years later, now that I think about it. And I don't even know if I don't think I have it. I don't know. I can't remember. Or I've heard it. But I do know this is definitely a cool thing from the vaults. An undiscovered, unreleased at the time gem that is well worth seeking out. And what I'll do is I'll try on all these forgotten favorites is I'll put like a link to somewhere where you can listen, YouTube, whatever, where you can go and listen to the record and see what you think. Can I get it? Why can't I get this in the slipcase? It's not fitting. Did it gain some weight in the process? No, it's because the booklet, which is really fat, is not perfectly tucked away into the jewel case. There we go. Now we'll go in there. By the way, Rise Above Relics do a great job on the booklet. So you got the entire history of Necromandus in here, which is just very, very cool. So yeah, any additional information I can give you here? So basically, debut album from English rock band Necromandus, recorded in '73, produced by Tony Iommi, but shelved by the label due to Barry Dunnery's departure from the band. So that's what happens. They basically imploded before they could even release the album, and then not officially getting its release till 1999. So, but if you can still get this, I'm sure it might be available somewhere. If you could still get this re-release from Rise Above Relics with the bonus live stuff, that's what you want. So go check it out. So that is my pick for day one here. If you've heard this, let us know what you think. If not, go check out my link in the comments below and give it a listen. I think if you're a lover of obscure 70s hard and heavy rock stuff, I think you'll love this stuff. Really, really good. And visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page, our channel donations, our merch page, and our Cameo page. Thank you in advance for all your support there. We'll see you tomorrow for another one. Day 2. Tune in, though. We got new album reviews coming at you today, and we'll see you then. I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.